same
Oh
night.
man, like you seem so excited as well about this as well. Like I'm
You know what
devastated,
I mean?
man. I can see it in your face, pain, but I can feel like there's a hunger now. Like, oh, that's fine, it's only temporary. That's fine. They can have their moment. We'll win it back.
Yeah.
We'll get it back.
Well, here's the other spin to your question. So, what the follow up question that you had was, what are your goals as a tag team?
Hmm.
So, I'll be honest, I've been wrestling my own matches with health kind of injuries, a few little bits and bobs like that. And a few months ago, man, I had a pretty severe injury where I basically couldn't walk. So, and it'd been
Fucking hell.
ongoing for a few years, but
Yeah.
it got to the point where I literally couldn't walk. So we go in, we do the MRI. The doctor's like, you've got two bulging discs, your L4, L5 and your L5S1. But the L4, L5, which is a little bit further up, just above the tailbone, like
Hmm.
the L5S1 basically is the tailbone, it's just above it. But there's one notch up from that. They were like, that disc has a tear going down the middle. So you've got like bone, disc, bone, and the disc is like torn like that. And they were like, you can't even fall over
Yeah.
if you're like using the Hoover. You can't go jet skiing. You shouldn't even sit down too quick.
Mm.
Don't have anything that's like
It's just, it's like,
impacting
yeah,
your,
like wrestling. It's a miracle that you can actually just walk.
right? So I was like, well, that's interesting. So obviously I kind of kept it to myself. I knew at this show this Saturday, you have to go all out. You
Mm.
can't not go all out, especially when you're in that ring. You have to give it your absolute. And I was like, screw it. You know what? I'm gonna go all out. If something goes wrong, we'll figure it out as and when it happens, if it happens. But if I make it out the other end, it's gonna be my last one. So I made it out the other end, and I respectfully shook hands with my tag partner Shaheen, and I was like, you know what? That's my last one. So for the foreseeable, obviously never say never because it's wrestling and everyone has to
Ah,
say that.
so this is the first, isn't it? So basically, what you're telling me now hasn't gone out yet, as far as I'm aware.
No, it hasn't gone out yet. It hasn't gone out yet.
Fair enough.
A few guys know. Obviously,
Yeah.
the twins know. Shaheen knows. A few of the people backstage know. But from an announcement perspective, yeah, this is absolutely the first time I'm
Okay.
saying it.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
mad. I mean, that's devastating in a way. Like, I mean, it is devastating. The fact that you potentially might not be doing
so,
it. It's. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you had the match, and then obviously you had the moment. It was taken away from you, but now you might not get back in the ring. I mean, that's. I don't know what to say. I know it's quite rare for me to say this, but I'm lost for words. I'll be honest. I mean,
it's
I
just,
actually didn't have a clue, by the
but you
way.
didn't see that coming.
We we
I
we,
bet.
we chatted before arranging this, and I didn't have a clue. I'm not a very good liar. I can't play poker for shit. So. um, how do you feel? Like, sorry, just to kind of throw it
Yeah.
up a bit there, but how do you feel, mate?
You know, it took some time to come to terms with it, but the truth is, it was one of those things where it's like I don't know what if the next bump I take could be a serious one. It could be really
Yeah,
bad, and
yeah,
you
absolutely.
don't want to be messed up to that extent in the middle of the ring and try and figure out where to go from there. So it's a difficult decision, but it's kind of taken a few months to unfold. It wasn't
Hmm.
something that I made, and I was kind of took it easy the last few shows. I was sort of doing different things. I was working with different people, taking it a bit easier. So I wasn't really going crazy in terms of the athleticism side
Hmm.
of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I wasn't killing myself. And then this weekend, I was like, I'll go all out. I'll do everything I need to do with the idea that it's probably going to be my last one. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of happy with it. I'm
Yeah.
grateful with the Haroon twins, who are obviously very well known on YouTube. I'm grateful I got to do it with my tag team partner with Shaheen, who I've worked with numerous times as well. So
Yeah.
he's an up and coming sort of
In a
star
country
from
that is like it's growing for its wrestling, like it's really populating, obviously, with the fans and the talent, such as yourself and like MK Traction I've had on before. But I mean, that's shit to hear, man. But look at it this
yeah.
way, like I mean, I'm not a wrestler, fair enough. But what we've seen with people like Edge, Page, Daniel Bryan, they've all been told you'll never do this again. I mean, it might not happen overnight for yourself, but just yeah. Sorry, man. That's well thrown me off.
Well,
That's
what like from a physical standpoint, I've always been an athlete, and
yeah,
it's not like I'm still gonna keep fit in that sense. I
yeah,
just need to give my lower back impact. So
yeah,
I'll do another MRI in a year's time, maybe 2 years time. I'll
yeah,
just keep checking as time goes on. And look, if it happens that it heals and it's all good, great. But if it's not healed, then I need to be happy with that as well. So because you can't obviously sit there and wonder what if this, that,
Yeah.
otherwise it
I mean, at least
be
you got this
insane.
far, and the fact that you've had the moment as well, and yeah, sorry, man, I didn't really expect that. I don't know what to say now, but
Man.
you can also still be involved in wrestling as well. I mean, fair enough, not be able to do it in the ring, but you can still provide help, assistance, and train, pass on the knowledge that you've gained. Obviously, you wrestled in the UK. Like I'm going to touch that in a minute.
Yeah.
Don't let your experience and your knowledge and what you've achieved go to waste. That's me saying that not just as a host, but as a fan.
Absolutely. No, that is the goal now. So to really finish off that that sort of conversation, when you say goals, my goals now is to just continue contributing to wrestling and the wrestling scene in Dubai is
Yeah.
super young. I mean, I was here from day one when we had ordered the ring and the ring had arrived. Here I helped the guys set it up, and I was here on the first show, and we from the very beginning we've kind of set it all up and worked together.
It can only get bigger.
helped.
It can only get bigger, man.